Hi everybody, here we go, found it. I'm always putting it down somewhere and it always turns up. The Story Tree. Remember, this was the book we were reading yesterday and we read the first story, which was from Germany, and that was the Magic Porridge Pot. If you haven't heard that one yet, it's on the same page as this one. Have a look for it, it's a good story. The one we're going to read today is actually one of my favourite stories, and it's from India. And it's called Monkey See, Monkey Do. Now, you've probably heard something like this before. Once upon a time, there was a man who sold hats. Once upon a time, there was a man who sold hats, and he was pushing his cart along the road through the jungle. And what was in his cart? Hats, of course. There were top hats, mob caps, bobble hats, flat caps, billycocks, and bonnets, balaclavas and bowler hats, all carefully packed together and ready for the market. But there was a hole in the road, and one of the wheels of the cart got caught, and the cart tipped over, and it tipped right over, and all the hats came out this way and that, all over the road. Now, in the trees of that jungle, there lived hundreds of monkeys, and when they saw all those hats lying in the road, they came laughing and chattering and swinging down from the branches. Each one of them grabbed a hat and put it on his head. Before the man could shout, "Stop!" all the hats had been taken. The only one left was the hat that he was wearing on his own head. He looked up into the trees. On every branch there was a monkey with a hat. There were monkeys with top hats, monkeys with mob caps, monkeys with bobble hats, monkeys with flat caps, monkeys with billycocks and bonnets, balaclavas and bowlers. They were all looking down at him. The man was cross. He put his hands to his mouth and he shouted out at them, "Give me back my hats!" But what a monkey sees, a monkey does. They all put their hands to their mouths and they shouted back at him. The man was angry. He picked up a stick and he waved it at them. "Give me back my hat or there'll be trouble." But what a monkey sees, a monkey does. They all broke sticks from the branches and they waved them back at him. The man was furious. He stamped on the ground with his feet. "Give me back my hat or there'll be double trouble." But what a monkey sees, a monkey does. Pardon me. They all stamped their feet and bellowed back at him. The man was sad. He buried his face in his hands and began to cry. "Oh, my precious hats, how will I ever get them back?" But what a monkey sees, a monkey does. They all buried their faces in their hands and sobbed back at him. The man looked up at the monkeys looked back at him. Suddenly, the man pulled the hat from his head and hurled it down onto the ground. "Well, that's enough of that. No more selling hats for me. I'll have to find myself another job." He lifted the wheel out of its hole and pushed his empty cart away along the road. But what a monkey sees, a monkey does, and they all pulled their hats from their heads, hurled them down onto the ground, and scampered away into the shadows of the jungle. And when the man looked over his shoulder, what did he see? Hats, of course, lying in the road. Top hats, mob caps, bobble hats, flat caps, billycocks and bonnets, balaclavas and bowler hats. He ran back and loaded them carefully into his cart. Then he put his own hat onto his own head and he pushed his cart along the road towards the market. And that was the end of that story. I love that, because when you think about it, if we know that what a monkey sees, a monkey does, if he'd thought of it before and thrown his hat down on the ground, they would have done the same thing. Anyway, great. So the story we've got next is called The Sweetest Song, and it's an African American story, and I know that one, and I've got a horrible feeling there's a part of it where I might have to try and sing, and that could be seriously embarrassing. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. And it's goodbye from me, Mr. C. Bye.